why IFS is working and why it's good for a therapist to use it in their practice. Because like therapists, we are used to finding solutions to difficult problems, but we are finding them cognitively. So it is like fixing somebody or something. And the cognitive way of finding solution is actually not working. Maybe it can work temporary, but not really on a long run. So IFS is really working because when a client comes, like a therapist, I don't need to do anything specific except being there with my full presence, keeping my parts aside, because we all have parts. And if you want to be the best therapist, or if you want to find the right way, or if we want to stay in higher self all the time, so to lead the client in a good way, this is all parts of us. The part that is looking at the watch to monitor the session, or the part that is making sense of the parts of the client. This is all our parts, and they are for us, not for the client. They are for us, so we feel good that we are doing great job. They are for us, so we make the proper session. They are for us because we want to save the client, because we want to save it, right? All of this, put it aside. Put all of your parts to sit on the couch, on the bench, or on the sofa, whatever you have in your mind. Put them aside and just stay open. Channel the energy from above. Channel the blessing from above. Stay open, present, curious about the parts of the clients, that we are always curious about the parts of the client, and just go this way. This is the easiest way to do, because you're not actually using any cognitive energy to make sense of the things, and it's not necessary. This is for you, but we're talking about the client. So do I follow the protocol correctly? Did I miss some step? This is managerial parts inside of us that wants us to do good job. Put them on the couch. When we lead our sessions this way, there is no way we to burn out like a therapist. You are actually charging yourself when you do good session, because you see the healing that is happening in the body, in the eyes, in the being of your client. So you feel this healing and discharge you. So that's why IFS is very good method that can be used in all of the clinics in the Netherlands, so the psychologist doesn't burn out. We have a lot of job. It's not necessarily you to work so much. All the clinics are like 45 minutes, the client come, and then till it tells you how it feels, the client must leave. This is not normal. And then you have 10 minutes for report and 5 minutes for the toilet. This is really crazy. It is better, from my experience, and I'm psychologist from 5 years, from my experience is the clients to stay 2 hours, because they can come approximately 2 hours. So everybody have different tempo and different, but they can come. They can tell you for half an hour what is going on in their lives. Then you can go into session for 1 hour 15 minutes with them, or 1 hour 20 minutes session of IFS, good session, and then you have time for your report. But it is important to be more time, because by by research, you need to have 16 sessions of 1.5 hours. If a client have a PTSD, complex PTSD, after this 16 sessions, it doesn't have PTSD anymore. And the side effects are reduction of anxiety, depression, and dissociative symptoms to the level that they don't bother the client. So it is important to have a longer session. And Of course, you can find the protocol, you know the protocol of IFS. There is plenty of information on the internet. The thing is that the important is your own system. So it is important your parts not to jump into the session. When you follow the client, you just follow the client. If the client go like this, you go like this. If it go like this, it go like this. If it go like this, you follow whatever part jumps in. Of course, sometimes we sense that the parts are like a carousel, right? So they're going around and around and around. They entertain us because somebody is afraid to, some of the protectors is afraid to step aside so we can enter deeply, going to the exile. So this is possible also, of course, but then it's our role to stay with open mind, with clarity, with courageousness, with crystal clear energy. You know, the 8 C's, we need to stay in 8 C's. Curiosity, clarity, courageousness. I also forgot them all, like Dr. Schwartz usually is forgetting them. So then we can react and say, okay, I feel that all these parts are running around now, around the circle. Is there someone who is afraid to go in and deeper? Yeah. This is a small video about what I think about IFS and why it's so good to be used by all the psychologists in the Netherlands.